Welcome everybody to Scott Cooks. Today we're going to find out if a Ninja Speedi can cook slow. I got this chuck pot roast here, 2.3 pounds. It's a big one. I got some red potatoes, some white onions, some baby carrots, some minced garlic. I got some celery, some beef broth, and one of my favorite things, I know a lot of people don't really use these. These are turnips. Turnips or any root vegetable go very, very well in a pot roast. So we're going to do all this today in our Ninja Speedi, but we're gonna dial it down and see if our little Speedi can actually go slow. Okay, that sounded good enough to me. All right, what we're going to do is first off, so I want to get a sear on this thing. So we're going to go with a little sear saute action to start with. Three, two, one. All right, before we do the slow cook, I like to put a little sear, get a little brown on the roast. So we're just going to pour about a tablespoon of oil directly into our Speedi pot. I'm going to drop in our pot roast and add a little flavor to it with some Himalayan. And then we'll get her on sear saute and brown it up. Now, this is a very large piece of meat. Let's see if it'll even fit in there. Oh, well, it's like it was made for it. Perfect fit. Cut. Three, two, one. Get your favorite seasoning on there, or at very least some salt and pepper. And when I do the flip for the sear, I'll go ahead and get the other side. Cut. I think everything else can be done in here. Well, I got to cut the stuff up out there. Your 12, 14, 16 is almost done. Looks super good too. All right, we'll come back out here for cutting. And in there. I'll need to flip, season. This will go in there with me. All that gets cut up. Okay. I guess I ought to bring the camera with me. Might help. So like usual, I can put the heat on while I'm gone. I'll have this slow cooking in just a few minutes. Three, two, one. Go ahead and lower your lid on your Speedi. And the Speedi has this nifty little switch right here, smart switch. So this gives us the Speedi meals, steam and crisp, etc. This gives us everything else, air fry, bake, roast, etc. And we're going to use sear saute, so we want to have this down to the air fry mode. Go ahead and get your Speedi turned on. Don't you just love saying Speedy? Speedy. Use these buttons here, and let's go down to sear saute and turn it on. Now this is our temperature, H5. Let's actually go to H4 for this. We just want to brown it, we don't want to burn it. And once that has started, you can go ahead and lift your lid back up. So once we get a good sear on the bottom, we'll do a flip, re-season, and get a good sear on the top as well. Cut. Three, two, one. All right, guys, we've got a really nice sear going down there, sear saute. Move it around a little bit. Let's take a quick peek underneath and see how we're doing. Oh, it's nicely brown, nicely brown. Let's go ahead and roll this over. Get the other side done, and then we'll go cut up some vegetables. A little more seasoning in there. Give that about 3 to 5 minutes. It was 4 minutes on the other side, by the way. So we'll do 3 to 4 minutes on this side. Kill the heat. Get ready to switch over to slow cook and get our vegetables cooked up. Three, two, one. Let's go ahead and cut up our vegetables. I've got about a half of a white onion here. I'm going to go ahead and dice that up. And I'm just throwing all the vegetables over into a bowl right now. We're just doing a rough cut on everything. This is going to slow cook for many, many hours. And everything that we cut up here will cook down. I like to call it cook down. So it doesn't have to be minced or anything like that. Besides, this is a roast, so you kind of want a bite of stuff when you're eating it. Okay, and then just like I said, everything is just going right over here in a bowl, and we'll dump it all in our roast in a few minutes. All right, those onions. Let's do a few red potatoes. I'm just gonna quarter them up like so. About 1-inch size pieces. Some of the smaller potatoes. Don't need to do all that. For the carrots, I just went ahead and bought some cut, peeled baby carrots. Just makes it pretty easy. I'll just cut them in half or a little bit. Cut them down a little bit. Gotta watch out for them. They say they're ready to eat, but some of them still have their ends on them. So these are pretty small. We're just gonna have them. All right, let's work on some of the turnips. If you never use turnips in your roast, you're really missing out. These are really, really good. Now these are also very dirty, so we're gonna give these a good wash first. Treat it like the potato. It's not a potato, but treat it like the potato for dicing. Let's get a little celery going. Great. Funny. Oh, look at that stalk of celery. Look at the stalk of celery, guys. I'm sure you can see the scale of this on your screen there. That is probably the biggest stalk of celery I've ever seen. All right, let me get this prepped up and washed up. Celery is another root vegetable, obviously, grows underground. Make sure you clean them well. Wow, this thing is massive. Trying to figure out how I want to cut this one. It's so big. Let's just kind of slice it up like this to start with, and just trim it down. And lastly, I have some pre-minced garlic. So I'm just gonna throw that in separately. Take a spoon, just spoon it in. And that's everything for our veggies. Obviously, this is my pot roast. You can add in any other kind of vegetables you can think of. All right, let's start off with adding a little bit of beef broth, just enough to just cover the bottom. We don't want the vegetables directly on the bottom for this. So I like to just put about that much in to get started with, and then we'll add a little more as we go. In go the vegetables. And just kind of get them, stir them around a little bit. And let's get that beef broth in. Now I'm not measuring, and you probably shouldn't measure either. Not going to cover them, but you can see where the level is right there. I'm going to get it up there a bit, but I don't need to cover it. Back with some more seasoning. And finally, the garlic. Lid down. Make sure you got your lever on the top set to your smart switch set to air fry so that we can use these features here. Change it to slow cook. You have a high and a low option and a buffet option. Buffet would be to keep it for keeping things very, very low. We're going to go ahead and use the high option because I've only got about 3.5 hours before our dinner. If I was starting this in the morning, obviously I would go to low. Defaults to 6 hours. There's really no reason for me to change that, because when it's time for dinner, I've got to come in here and open it. All right, well, that's it, guys. We are going to dial down our Speedi to make it a slow cooker. I bet you didn't know you could do that in a Speedi. Speedi's all about cooking fast, but it also can cook slow, and we can do a slow sous vide, and we're going to do that in our next, or one of our next videos. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that little gray bell for notifications, so that when I put these videos out, you'll be aware of it. We'll see you back here in a few hours. We'll do a check, we'll do a stir, we'll maybe flip that that roast over. We'll see, and we'll see you soon. Well, all right, everybody, welcome back. It's been about 3.5 hours, maybe around 4 hours, actually. Oh, we are boiling away in there. I do have it on high because of the short cook time. I did flip it once or twice during the cook, and I did test the doneness of a turnip a little while ago, about 45 minutes ago. So we are done. We're ready. It looks fantastic. We're going to go ahead and get this out and get it plated and see how we did. Well, there we go, everybody. Chuck roast, straight from the Ninja Speedi. Use the slow cook method. Let's see how we did on the tenderness. Okay, well, as soon as I push my fork in it, I think I can answer that question. I really don't even need to be cutting this. It looks like it's just going to shred. Let's go ahead and check the tenderness of a potato. Very good. Carrots, excellent. So the only thing left now is to take a bite. Well, okay, guys, let's give it a try here. Let's see if the Ninja Speedi can actually be a slow cooker. Oh, that's like a super tender, buttery steak almost. Yeah, very good, very good. Yes, the Speedi can be a slow cooker. Now, I did use on high, but it was still over a course of about 4.5 hours. I got a turnip, some onion, some celery here. Let's just see if everything is good and soft. Oh, that is so good. All the flavors just went together very nicely. And well, I guess there you have it. I guess the Ninja Speedi can do everything. I don't know. Stay tuned. We're going to find out. We're going to put it to the test. Make sure you hit that little bell for notifications. When I put some more videos out, you'll know it. We'll see you soon on the next video.